Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. Today we're digging into some recent narratives coming out of LeBron James camp. And let's just say it's starting to feel like a full blown PR campaign to crown him the undisputed GOAT, and it ain't working. We've seen Rich Paul and the Clutch Sports crew be vocal before, but now things are slipping into straight up fiction. Take this for example. A few weeks ago, LeBron said on the McAfee show that he was in the bottom half of the league in free throw attempts. The point? To paint the picture that the refs aren't giving him calls. The truth? LeBron ranks 27th out of nearly 500 players. So yeah, not exactly being ignored by officials. And he lied straight up in the face of the camera and to all the people that were watching. And then there's Rich Paul's recent take on Chris Bosh's role in Miami, where he basically dismissed Bosh as a glorified role player, saying the Miami Heat were not a big three. Everybody else literally disagrees. And not only is that a disrespectful rewrite of history, it feels like an attempt to inflate LeBron's heroics by downplaying his teammates' significance. All of this is part of a bigger pattern, a pattern of controlling the narrative, bending facts, and inflating the legend of LeBron at any cost. Even Bill Simmons has had enough and called it out publicly. So today we're unpacking why these stories are being pushed, who's benefiting, and how it's warping or trying to warp the GOAT conversation. But first, welcome. My name is Paul, and this is the Basketball Show, where I talk today's NBA, current events, news, players, and more. All completely unbiased, even though some people disagree, because many people and opposing opinions to weak people is always hating. Truth is truth, and I try to stand by that. Let's get into it. I've got two clips to show you. One is from Jason Whitlock's show, where Rich Paul is referred to, and I quote, the king bootlicker. Yeah, harsh words, but it speaks to the level of frustration people are feeling over what's coming out of LeBron's inner circle. Jason Whitlock didn't say it, but his guest did. So you're going to see that clip in a second. The second clip dives into how Chris Bosh is being portrayed and how his new narrative is not just misleading, but borderline character assassination. Let's watch those two clips. One is from Bill Simmons and the other one is from that Jason Whitlock show. And then we'll talk about it.
Every time I want to heap praise on him, he does stuff like saying how he was in the bottom half of the league with free throws over the last, whatever that thing he said on McAfee was, easily debunked. Or then Rich Paul goes in and talks about how the three guys in Miami weren't actually a big three. If you look at it, it's like, yeah, they were. Bosh was like a 24-10 guy in his own team. It was
Unreal.
a big three, dude. The constant trying to push this GOAT agenda with LeBron, it's they're making it worse, not better. I'll just say that.
That's a big three, Rich Paul. And let me tell you why else it's a garbage comment by Rich Paul, who, of course, shout out to you, Rich, the king bootlicker that you are.
The king bootlicker that you are.
Now that you've seen both clips, let's talk about it. It's pretty clear that Bill Simmons is done playing along with the fiction. And honestly, I can't blame him. I've been done a long time ago. When you align yourself with LeBron and Clutch Sports, it starts to feel like there's only one acceptable answer. LeBron's the GOAT, no questions, no debate. Take Draymond Green as a case study. The man used to be one of LeBron's biggest critics. He mocked him during games, took shots on him on social media. He wasn't quiet about it. But once he signed with Clutch, his tone changed immediately. Suddenly, LeBron was the greatest, and the switch was almost too fast to be natural. It was instantaneous, right after he joined the agency. In fact, I've got a video on that exact flip showing Draymond Green before and Draymond Green after signing with them, and it's on my channel, and I'll link to it at the end of this one. Then there's that bootlicker label from SCAP. Now, sure, that's a bold insult. But when someone's willing to toss a respected guy like Chris Bosh under the bus to just prop up another man's legacy, it starts to feel earned. The whole thing is just getting ugly, and they don't even seem to care. It's like the strategy is flood the internet and all the media with enough fake or distorted content, and eventually the truth gets lost in the shuffle. People won't know what's real anymore. Sound familiar? It's the same tactic you see with the mainstream media now. Flood the zone, repeat the lie, and hope it sticks. What's sad is that a player of LeBron's caliber, a guy who wants to be remembered as the greatest, feels the need to manufacture legacy instead of letting the game speak for itself. He knows he cannot compete with Michael Jordan with his achievements and accolades and all that other stuff. So he stoops so low. Now, look, I know some people, fans, players, maybe even future guests, won't like this of what I'm saying. I might lose out on a few interviews from actual NBA players or ex NBA players because I won't toe the line. I'm just sharing my honest opinion, whether you like it or not, and I don't care. If anything I've said is a lie, prove it. Bring the facts. I read the comments, at least most of them. Show me where I'm wrong, and I'll admit it on camera publicly. I'm not afraid of being corrected. I'm afraid of living in a world where truth doesn't matter. The people, I started this channel to be honest, share my honest opinion, and not say what people want me to say. I say what I feel. And I'm as honest about it as I possibly can be. And I said, if you think I'm lying or I'm incorrect, call me out, show me proof, and I will admit to being wrong on camera. The people who get mad at me, 9 times out of 10, is just emotional noise. No evidence, no logic a lot of times. You're just a hater, they scream, because I don't say what they want to hear. If you disagree, I have no problem with it. Let's debate it. But come with facts, not feelings. Now, let me ask you this. What do you think about the way LeBron's team is rewriting history? What about paying media personalities like Nick Wright to push these narratives? Because we know he's getting money on the side. It's toxic for the league. It's bad for the fans. And long term, it hurts the game's credibility. So why do it? Honestly, it feels like pure narcissism. If you can't win fairly, you poison the well. If you're not going to be the GOAT, then nobody else gets to be either. You tear the whole thing down on your way out. That's what LeBron looks like to me right now. That's what it looks like he's trying to do. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Consider becoming a member to support me making more and more of these kinds of videos. I'd like to put out more than one a day, but time constraints, work, kids, family, all that other stuff, not allowing me to do that a lot of times. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.